This is actually this is my second attempt at this recording, because the first attempt, for whatever reason, actually I do know the reason as to why this happened, and I'll explain it in a moment, but my mic wasn't picking up, and the reason why was because the Windows update, and I absolutely love Windows 10 updates, everyone loves them, I'm one of those people, clearly, it caused a number of applications to switch the mic input to default, which for whatever reason does not default to this, it defaults to nothing, which is just phenomenal. So yeah, the same thing happened with OBS. It has been a little while since I last recorded anything with OBS, so yes, I hadn't yet gone through the experience of needing to change that, so that was lovely. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, another thing relating to Windows updates. I don't have my laptop here right now to monitor the chats. I'm instead using my PC, which is over this way, so therefore I'll be looking at the game here, and then needing to look at the chats over here, so it's going to be a little bit weird. I'm probably not going to catch what people say, if anyone is talking, quite as quickly as I would if I did have my laptop directly in front of me, as I did before, and as I have done for quite some time. Pretty much as long as I've been live streaming, which isn't that long actually, it's not even a full year yet. But anyway, long story short, my laptop has kind of died, finally. For those of you who maybe did catch most of my live streams over the last month or so, probably a little bit more than a month, you would know that my laptop has been having some problems, and it really did start shitting itself after the last update that it had, to the extent where it blue screens pretty much on a timer. You know, it's like, I think 5 minutes pass, and then I get a notification saying the firewall has been turned off, and I'm going, the fuck? And when I try to restart the firewall, it doesn't want to restart, and then I think about 2 minutes after that, it blue screens without fail. And yeah, that's pretty much what's happening with the laptop. I'll do my best to see if I can try and fix it at some point. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but yeah, for now we're going to actually use my PC, and maybe at some point I'll set up my tablet to monitor chats. I don't know. I actually kind of like being able to see everything, including my OBS window plus all the chats on one screen. It's just the problem is, of course, the positioning of said screen is over there, whereas over this way is the game, and it requires a little bit of swiveling. Maybe I'll swivel rather than... That would be kind of cooler, wouldn't it? If I just swiveled instead of turning my head. It feels like I'm in a movie or something. But anyway, we are indeed currently playing on the PlayStation 2. This is the Monster Hunter demo. I do apologise for my long-winded introduction. It's just kind of what I do. I'm currently playing on my pink PlayStation 2. Because it is pink, it will be a better experience. Not necessarily for you, but definitely for me, because having a pink PlayStation 2 is a very cool thing. If you don't agree with that, then I'm very sorry. Moving on, we do have a language selection here. Hopefully everything does work correctly. There was one benefit in me needing to re-record this, and that was the fact that I was able to crop, because seriously, it was the first time I had launched the game. The title First Launch is not some kind of clickbait. It is seriously the first time I've launched the demo. It might be a crap experience. In fact, it's first generation Monster Hunter, so it's guaranteed to be a crap experience. But aside from that fact, there might not really be anything going on in this demo at all. I don't know, this is the first time I'm launching this disc, and fortunately because I did have a false start, I was able to go and do my cropping as necessary, so that the game looks kind of presentable, as opposed to not presentable at all. Regardless, hopefully my chat is going to update, and I will of course be making use of my swivel chair, which is actually kind of fun. It makes it a little harder to play the game when I'm swiveling away from it, but we won't focus on that too much. I will be turning my head as well, actually, now that I think about it, because making use of the human mechanics of the neck, I find, is a very useful thing. But anyway, let's actually play this demo, shall we? I haven't checked really to see if the game volume is adequate. Is that the right word? Anyway, let's go. Start game. I'm going to start game. Does this look like Monster Hunter? It doesn't, does it? Don't worry, it will in a minute. That sound that you're hearing of the selections being made, that's pretty Monster Hunter, but the rest of this is not very Monster Hunter at all. So yeah, anyway, let's see how this all goes. Again, this is probably in fact, this is the first time, oh here we go, this is a trial demo of a game still in development. Dear Lord, please be aware that there is a chance that minor bugs may be present. Okay, listen. The full game came out, and it felt like a game that was in the middle of development, okay? So, with that in mind, with that in mind, we might be in for a very interesting experience, because quite frankly, I think most of us who have played first generation would agree that it is exactly what Monster Hunter would be if monkeys designed it. And if this is a more buggy version of that, I fear for the experience I'll be having going forward. I'm just looking at the volume of the game, and it looks like it's about right. I don't want it much. I definitely don't want it louder than this. But if I need it quieter than this, maybe we'll do that. I don't know. This is, of course, the opening cinematic. This is exactly the same as what you would see in the full game. We may as well demonstrate this. Again, because it is actually recording off the PlayStation 2 console, it's not going to look quite as good as it would if I were emulating, but you're just going to have to forgive me for that. Again, because this is the first time I've launched this disc, I've got no idea if this disc is going to run smoothly. It does have a few scratches because it has not been treated very well by the last person who actually owned it. I hate it when people don't treat their discs properly, but within fairness, it's pretty old. But yeah. What I'm basically saying with that is that there might be some sort of issues to do with the disc itself. Probably not. It takes a lot of scratching of a disc to cause issues in the loading of the game, but you never know. Point being is that this is the first time I have launched this demo. Again, the first time that I actually recorded... Again, have I said this before? Anyway, I was meaning to say it. Excuse me, I'm a little gassy. The first time that I did a recording like this, where I was doing a live stream of the first time I launched a demo disc, was when I was sick as a dog while doing the Zelda GameCube Collector's Edition disc first launch, which ended up being a little bit, well, what's the word, anticlimactic. I was expecting it to be a little bit more interesting than it was, but yeah, it did not end up being particularly interesting, sadly. But regardless, I'm just going to use this as an opportunity to show you guys who have not seen the first Monster Hunter game, in demo form. Again, I will reiterate, this is the same introduction that you do see in the first Monster Hunter game, the full game, so you are getting that first generation Monster Hunter experience in a sense. Of course, we have all the hunters taking on Rathalos, and I can assure you that this cinematic makes the game look a lot better than it actually is. Now, why am I so unforgiving of first generation? I think that Capcom could have worked a little harder on it, personally. I don't think that there's much of a reason for it to be as bad as it is. And I think that had they put a little bit more effort into it, they could have made something better. But again, I'm not a game designer, so maybe that's a little bit unfair of me to say. I think this is a pretty cool moment, though, where you look into the barrel of the bowgun, and it goes bang, and then there we go, Monster Hunter. So, as you can see, it says trial version, and press start button. Of course, I did decide to play in English because I thought it would be good if both myself and you guys could actually read what was going on. Let's go back to that screen. I don't need to watch that again. Okay, so that's interesting. So skipping that, what do you call it, opening cinematic again, did not actually result in us returning to that title screen. It just sent us straight into the game menu. So as you can see here, those of you who are probably not so familiar with first and second gen, but are familiar with Monster Hunter Tri, maybe even as well as that, 3 Ultimate, you can see immediately the origins of Monster Hunter. You can see where it's all come from. This game established a norm that can be seen in many other games in the future. Not so much the most recent games, but yeah, definitely this is one of the... well, not one of, the first. It is the first time that we can see what Monster Hunter looks like, because this is not just the full game, this is the demo disc. So this is, as far as I'm concerned, the first time I've ever experienced Monster Hunter. Let's see what this lovely game has to offer. I think the volume looks fine. I don't think it needs to be changed. But anyway, no one's saying anything apparently, because this is not interesting. What have we got? We've got targeting normal. I don't know what this means. Normal? Reverse 1. What targeting? I'm confused. Vibration. I don't need vibration on. I'm not the kind of person who enjoys vibration in video games. It doesn't do anything for me. Fortunately, it is the PlayStation 2. I don't need a rumble pack or anything like that. But yeah, not happening, thank you. Again, pink PS2, never forget. Quick continue. I don't know what that means. Quick continue? Let's just keep it off, seeing as though it was off automatically. Chat window size. What chat? This is the demo. Surely you can... Maybe you could play with people online in this demo. That's a very interesting thought. And chat to them as well. That would be phenomenally interesting if you could do that. So I'm just listening to the music here. It is, of course, the Lao Shanlung theme. And I wasn't expecting to hear the Lao Shanlung theme in the options menu, but it makes it sound a lot more epic than it really is, but whatever works, guys. I guess they didn't really have a budget for an options menu song, but anyway. Yeah, regardless, I was just listening to make sure that it was indeed the Lao Shanlung theme. It is. Adjust screen. Let's not touch that, because we've already cropped to whatever the position is. It looks freaking weird on my TV, but it doesn't matter. These settings... Save these settings to your game data? Yes, thank you. Oh, yeah, well, let's just put it in slot 1. I don't have anything plugged into slot 2. I did have a PS1 memory card. I was going to say plugged in, but that just doesn't sound like the right term. I had it inserted in slot 2, and quite frankly, it just ruined the image of my beautiful pink PlayStation 2 because it was grey, and anyway, it doesn't matter. I took it out and put it in a drawer. Not interested. Anyways... I hope you find this entertaining, because I don't. Anyway, moving on. Oh, I was just in that screen. Let's not subject... No. Let's pretend none of that ever happened. What's the control guide? Oh, we're going to need this. It's X to carve from memory. Oh, God. Let's just not even look at this. That's going to be a big waste of time. We can't continue because we don't have a game saved, so we're going to make a new game. This is what the loading screen looks like in Monster Hunter 1. It's not animated in any way. I think Freedom was animated. I think Freedom was the first game that had an animated loading screen. I think. Was it animated in Freedom? I don't know. I would say it was either Freedom or 2DOS, which was the first game to have an animated loading screen. Although, I can't really remember what the loading screen for 2DOS is even, so... Whether or not that's animated, I can't exactly guarantee. But regardless, we're going to just do something random. We don't really need to have an amazing name. We'll name ourselves... well, hold on. How do I... I mean, I might be slightly retarded. You know something very interesting? This on-screen keyboard is a lot better than the one in Monster Hunter 3 Try. Just putting it out there. Guys who made 3 Try. This is a much better on-screen keyboard, seriously, because the one in Try was disgusting. It was terrible. Anyone who had the displeasure of using the Monster Hunter 3 Try on-screen keyboard, my condolences. I didn't really need to, because I got a USB keyboard fairly early on in my online experience with Monster Hunter 3 Try, but goddamn, it was bad. So we're going to name ourselves Doomlink. I would have input the name and let you guys come up with that conclusion yourself, but, or come to that conclusion yourself, but, you see, I'm giving you guys a hand in case you're a little slow. Doomlink. Gender female, how about that? Hello, my dear. Face. What do we want to go with? Let's go with the second one, I suppose. Hairstyle? No, I guess we'll go with this. Well, no, that's... We'll go with this. I'm not... Clearly, I can't make up my mind. Let's just go with this because I like how it looks from the side. I like the profile view. From the front, not necessarily, but we'll just do what we can. Let's make her hair a bit red, shall we? Doesn't have to be pink. We don't need it to be pink. I just want it to be nice and red. But, actually, we'll add a little bit of blue in there. Well, no, let's get rid of the green. Put a little bit of blue in. There we go. That's see, it takes the edge off it a little bit, you know. Anyway, let's not go into that. Again, this is just... I mean, I say it takes the edge off it, but I look like a... Anyway, it doesn't look like a natural red hair, we'll put it that way. 2 words. Hip check. Yes, that will be a concern as we play here. But anyway, voice. I don't... Basically, my only requirement is that the voice sounds kind of cute if it's for a female, but not annoying. So we'll try and... What's the deal with skipping to voice 6? Where's voice 5? Voice 5, where art thou? And voice 3... Okay, so voice 3 and 5... are getting no love. And we'll go with a more mature voice, why not? Again, it's a demo, so why am I putting so much effort into creating my character? I don't know. Slot 1, of course. This is exactly how you make your hunter? Well, I'm not saying it's a bad way to make a hunter, it's just that, this is a demo, man. I did name that in the title, didn't I? I think so, yeah. Let's hope so. Save to this location. Do you wish to overwrite this game data? There is no frickin' game data. Please. Okay, so or maybe there was some sort of game data that was saved before this point. Maybe I was not paying attention. But either way. Again, this beautiful loading screen that is not in any way animated. It looks so dirty and old, doesn't it? Looks like some frickin' game I just pulled out of an old chest. An old wooden chest. And dusted off and then put in my PS2. But that's not how that works. It's a digital thing. Either way, this is Kokoto. And of course, Freedom just ruined Kokoto because they had to crop it for 16:9. And so you couldn't see shit. You could see about... imagine this is the character, this was the top of the screen, this was the bottom of the screen. That was about as much as you saw of Kokoto whenever you were in the village. I'm astounded that we're going so far as to just get the same introduction that we got in the first Monster Hunter game, but the full game in this demo disc. So as you can see, we are named Doomlink. We are starting with the Great Sword. Whether or not I want to use the Great Sword, I don't know, but maybe will I be given an option to choose a different weapon? It seems that I've got... they've given me 2 different sword and shields. I don't know why, but okay, so clearly you can see that it is a demo because we've been given upgraded weapons here. We've got the Viper Bite Plus, we've got Hunter's Dagger Plus, we've got Agito. I have to tell you that the way the game's being displayed on my television is like really squashed and terrible. It looks like garbage, but it looks perfectly fine there, to be honest. I mean, it's a bit dirty, but anyway. Would have been epic to see Monster Hunter Freedom Unite or Portable Third on PS2. Definitely Freedom Unite would have been good on PS2, but I wouldn't say Portable Third. At that point, we were going into a completely different era of gaming. You know, 2010, releasing games on the PS2? Not really. But of course, Portable Third did get an HD version on the PS3. It was an... can I speak English? It was an upscaled version of the game. But some things did still look a little bit wonky. I would say that 3 Ultimate was probably the best port in the series, for the mainline series, that is. I don't know why there's a comment section. What's the comment section? Is that for me to maybe write something for fun? Doomlink's a loser or something like that? I don't know. I'm not particularly funny, in case you didn't notice. But again, if you have only seen Kokoto from the perspective of how it is presented in Freedom, this should be quite refreshing to you, because you can actually see what the hell's going on. This is awful. I'm being made to press R2 to run. What the fuck is going on? Can someone... I mean, I don't think... Was this really how it was in Monster Hunter 1? Why would they do that? Really, I have to press R2? This feels like garbage. Anyway, so I believe the first person is crafting, second one's buying, is that right? Damn it. Got it wrong. Weapon craft. They don't let you craft or do anything like that. Are they letting me buy stuff? No. So I can't do any weapon crafting and I can't do any armor crafting because it is the demo disc. But, yeah, regardless. I'm guessing we have to go to the Elder to go and get a quest, but I'm just going to make sure that nothing's going on. There's the sword. Pull the sword out. Yeah. I am the chosen hunter. Or not. Alrighty. You are not the chosen hunter. This is the demo. Alright. And then we might check the farm, see if anything's going on in the farm. I'm just, you know, just making sure that not... Oh, never mind. We won't check the farm. Okay. What do you have to say for yourself? I like how it says chat. I mean, it would be a lot more important to actually have the name of the person I'm talking to where it says chat. I can tell that this is a dialogue box. You don't need to say that it's a chat. In fact, I'm not even having a chat with this guy. Chat implies two-way conversation. My character does not speak. What is a hunter, and what does it mean to be one? I don't know. Cut the philosophical crap and let me get this demo started. Why are they giving me money if I can't even buy anything or purchase anything? Or maybe it lets me buy materials and stuff. Here we go, like items, not materials. Use your brain, Doomlink. I can buy 10 potions if I want to. I don't think it's necessary. I will be given healing items. Psycho serums may be extremely important. That's 900 Zenny for 3 Psycho serums. You know what? I'm gonna do it, because finding monsters in this game is a thing. R2 was terrible. Yeah, I'm being reintroduced to the awfulness of R2 on the PS2 controller. But anyway, life goes on. Again, pink PS2. Don't know if that's relevant. Just putting it out there in case you weren't aware. Anyway, so we're not going to get any shots. We do have the opportunity to equip a light bow gun. I'm not going to subject myself to that shit. First and second gen, well, first gen and 2 gunning is dog shit because you get assaulted by the small monsters. I'm just shocked at how good the game looks here versus how it looks on my TV. It's so squashed on my TV, it's almost unacceptable. But anyway, let's, what do we have in our items list? We have 3 Psycho Serums. We haven't been given anything. Did we have anything in our box? I don't think we did. Let's double check that quickly. Just going to see, I have nothing in my item box, so that's kind of annoying. Again, having to actually hit R2 is hurting me, mentally and physically. So, in what way is it physically hurting you, Doomlink? Well, that's a great question. You can get crickets if you want. I love how you can get spiderwebs. I mean, I've mentioned this before, but yeah, it's quite funny. We can, oh no, I won't get iron pickaxes. That's just not necessary, you see. We can get, yeah, let's spend all our money on pin tuna. I could get some herbs. Yeah, we'll get 10 herbs for 200 Zenny, that's not too bad. I can get as many as 6 potions with my remaining money. Maybe we'll do that. Actually, I probably need money to accept a quest, so let's just get 2 potions. As for if we're in big trouble, I don't think we will be, unless we try and fight a fucking Rafflet. Surely not. Surely we don't have access to these. Anyway. Keep in mind, of course, that this demo, we were given, I guess a disclaimer you could call it, at the start of this demo saying, this game is still under development. If there are any bugs, then keep in mind it's just a demo. To be honest, I would like to say that the full game was not much better, but I haven't played this demo. Maybe this demo is just unplayable. So we'll have a look and see. We can slay 3 Velociprey, that's a good start. At least we're not collecting fucking mushrooms. They know how to make a demo, I can tell you that much. Anyway, so, yeah, we're going to use the Greatsword. You have to use the Greatsword. It's a little bit different in first gen versus second gen. So, yeah, I thought it would be a good idea to make use of Greatsword in this demo that we're playing. It doesn't seem too incredibly exciting, oh my god. Okay, so we're going to have to use the claw to control the camera, of course, and we do have to press X to open the box, and X to carve as well. It's going to be disgusting, I can assure you that much, but it's going to be a lot more frustrating and disgusting for me than it will be for you, because naturally, you guys are just watching, you're not actually playing. L2, oh, give me a break! L2, eat my ass. Okay, so we are literally using L2 and R2 to do things. This is not okay. This needs to stop, like ASAP. But anyway. Yeah, my TV is not set at a 4:3 ratio, and I will make that change soon. I just didn't want to do it, whatever I'm saying. I didn't want to do it while I was recording. I wanted to have things be nice and exciting for you guys. If it looks like a squashed mess for me, then that's a-okay. Because it's all about you, not me, of course. Oh god, it just doesn't feel right to have to use the claw to do this. I've been playing .hack Infection today, and yesterday, and I was using L and R to move the camera around, but this feels like dick, because, I mean, it's fine with the PSP, but not with this. It doesn't feel right. Anyway, so we are going and slaying Velociprey. We just need to slay 3 of them. I can talk to the Elder if I wanted to, but he got interrupted by the loading screen. Even the loading screen doesn't want to hear what he has to say. Wisdom of the Chief. I don't need your wisdom. I think that's a quote from one of my Let's Play videos. I apparently can't go through there, which makes sense, because if you can see on the map, it actually has the cave area blank, or not even blanked out. It's not even there, actually. It's not blanked out. But, shit. I'm telling you, the way you have to position your finger, your index finger, is just, nothing is right about it. It's just, you've got the ridge of the controller in the back. Your finger's in the way. I don't know, I can't really describe it. You have to actually play it yourself to truly understand how uncomfortable this is, because you need a little bit of space to move your finger around. This is what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, remember Area 9 in first gen? Well, here we go. Let's take a trip on memory lane, or along memory lane, and re-experience the horrendous nature of this fucking area. What were they thinking? Now, this is the kind of thing that I would accept as being some sort of demo issue, but if you come out with the full game, not just the first game, but 3 of them, Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter G, and Freedom, to come out with 3 versions of the game where it's like this, that's not okay. What are you thinking? Just stop. Anyway, I'm just a little bit bothered by Capcom, as they were back in 2004, which is probably not... Oh, here we go, we're getting an introduction for the Velociprey. It's very exciting. It's having a bit of a munch. Again, all this stuff is what you see in the full games, so that's always fun. I'm just demonstrating what you can expect in the demo disc. Yeah, shut up. You're gonna die. I'm gonna swing my big sword, and you will not survive until such time that you need to eat again. Well, so, I don't know what happened with my camera there, but apparently it was... Oh my god, I can't even... Okay, see? No, I have to demonstrate this to you later. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to pull out my weapon. Okay, down is doing that swing. Okay, up should be to... attack down. Okay, here we go. I'm so good at this game, I can assure you. I shouldn't have used the greatsword, it feels like dog shit, but it's strong. It is strong, that much can't be denied. Is it as strong as Sword and Shield? That is the question. I don't know. Velociprey scale obtained. Can I crouch carve in this game? Yes, I can, but that's not really necessary for a single carve monster. Where were the... Oh, here we go. I was about to say, where are the other ones? Right here, you blind bastard. Yeah, do your upswing. There you go. Oh dear. I don't know why I'm carving, but I am. I guess to sort of interact with the game. That's one of the advertised benefits to playing this game. You can sort of do your upswing or not. Do your upswing now, mate. There you go. All requested monsters slain. Every fucking game I press the wrong button to skip the cutscene. But anyway. This ridge here, see this? Because it's got this ridge here, you've got your finger, you're trying to do the claw, okay? It's like this, you're doing the claw, but you've got your fucking finger here caught in this ridge, and so you need some maneuverability with this finger as you're doing the claw, and you don't have it because this fucking ridge is in the way. Please. It's very concerning. I'm glad that we've moved on from this era of Monster Hunter where we have to get our finger caught in the PS2 controller ridge. Bloody hell. Anyway. Yeah, that's right. It is better on an emulator because of button remapping, but there's only so much you can do with that, even having said that. Or maybe I haven't worked out how to remap correctly. I remember when emulating this game, I of course remapped R2 and L2, but still... R1 is to shield with the weapon, so it's very confusing and frustrating, so... Quest completed. How many quests can I even do in this demo? How many quests do I want to do in this demo? I don't know. I'll take this stuff. Of course, there's no send directly to box. That's a kind of privilege that you're not given in this game, I think you'll find. We were not given the option to save. Is that normal? I'm guessing it's because it's the demo. Is it going to finish and say, get the full game when it comes out? Oh, it has to load before it gets to the save screen. Fair enough. Whatever floats your boat. And we're back in Kokoto with a woman with a giant pot of I was going to say beans, but more like grain. Can you even call that a pot? It's more like a wok. Well, not even a wok. That's too big for a wok. I'm lacking in terminology. Oh. Okay. Is that it? Is that it? Seriously? I get to hunt 3 Velocidrome and that's the demo. Okay, so from what I can tell, we're allowed to do precisely 1 quest. They don't subject you to the experience of having to do a gathering quest in the demo, which is very sensible of them. Because if they imagine imagine if they did the demo and you could do 3 quests and they were all gathering quests. No one would buy the fucking game. Seriously, no one. But here, they're letting you do 1 quest and it's a slaying quest. So maybe that's... They were probably tossing up between those 2 things. They were probably saying, oh, should we let them do 3 gathering quests or 1 slaying quest? I think 1 slaying quest is the better of those 2 options. But anyway, I think that's it for this recording. It didn't end up being very... Actually, it did end up being long. 30 minutes of me fucking around in this game. Really. I have to say, the game does actually look a little bit better on my TV, astoundingly. Like, not in terms of the ratio, obviously, but in terms of the crispness. Well, what am I looking for? The sharpness? I don't know. It's clearer on my TV than it is here. But, or here. What makes sense? Me pointing at the screen that you're seeing here? Or like this? Yeah, like this. That makes sense. Okay. Regardless, aside from that confusingness, I do thank you for joining me, Maximu, or Maximas, I guess your name is, or Gamer Bros, however I'm supposed to refer to you. Thank you for joining this bizarre live stream where I try the Monster Hunter 1 demo disc for the first time. I am actually getting the game delivered to me at some point, probably by the end of this week, hopefully, and I will do a recording of that in a live stream playthrough format, probably sometime next year. But regardless, I have now demonstrated what the Monster Hunter 1 demo disc experience is like. It's shit, and who would have expected that? But anyway, I'll see you all in my next recording, and sit tight until that time when I do record something else arises. Bye bye. Thank you, Maximus.